Now, Mary, you in your agreement, after a long consideration, I think it was off and on sporadically, you told me I'm going to lose a good woman. All you wanted to do was, what was it? It goes back and forth with you. Either you think I'm the devil. If you don't think I'm the devil, then you want me not to lose a good woman because of scalar, and you want that removed. And then I told you I will heal you so you can be a good wife, which is what you promised in the van that one time. You had said, I'll be a great wife to Michael, who happens to be Jesus, if you heal me. Heaven witnessed that. So, well, let me explain it to you like this, Mary. Well, first, the wife part. The wife part is very important. Living with me. We'll start small here. I'll give you an example of what it's like to be married into divinity, to the great Prince of Heaven that you have forsaken and abandoned. And don't do any of this. Let's not let this happen. Me and my Heavenly Father were discussing it yesterday. You notice that a lot of statements come from, wait, what do I do? And then I do something. So I guess the first thing you need to understand is my promises can take time depending on how you work with me, how you either delay them, prevent them, block them, stomp them into the ground into little pieces, then shatter all chances of that promise at the moment ever happening. Because then I'm usually, well, that's why we're going to go this way. So, my Heavenly Father and I were discussing it, and I asked him, do you want nachos? Because I had already laid out this fish fillet thing, right? And he says, because we'll have to thaw it. And he's like, no, it's fine. And so I'm like, no, so you want nachos? And he's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. I can tell you want the nachos. So that part of communication and actually being this intimate, that's maybe dignity of admit. Do I need this is, we have roles, woman. I am not a misogynistic type, but this, I wouldn't call this that part of the agreement of you working on the prayer of please help me be the perfect wife. So it was a step-by-step process, because then after we had the agreement of, well, the fish fillets are, eat the fish because you're working on your weight, and do you think I need, and then well, part of what I'm doing is slimming down to get cute for you and things like that. But we ate the fish fillets, and then we basically stared at things. We talked while staring at the TV. And I thought to myself, she probably wouldn't like this, because we're developing a strategy, and I was like, yeah, that's warfare without compassion whatsoever, if that's the goal. And then we were checking in on my prophets a little bit, and we basically watched a few other things, not too much. It was just me, God's presence, God still. So then what I usually focus on is a lot of revelation, a lot of planning, what I'm going to do the next day. So then that's going to help you a lot there. Doing things with him step by step. He was basically like, well, put it in the sink and then thaw it. We'll eat the fish. And then we were talking about lack and my people's lack. And then what we were going to do about that. So then we decided, well, there's some business we're not going to talk to you about. So we're going to work on the wife part. So the healing is going to come from an everyday lifestyle, because part of the agreement was, yeah, but you'll have to learn to be a real Christian. So when we're making these nachos, and if you remember in Portland, you had made nachos. Like you called them nachos. When you do it with God, these are nachos. Okay? Hold on. Now, when you are, let's say, God's wife, and I am God, you are my wife, there are certain things that take time. Like, if you move too fast and you don't do everything in perfect timing where it makes sense, and you don't get the things. So it took me only 2 years to make these nachos. See, there's the guacamole. And then we were making sure the sour cream was there, because it kept going bad. I think I made you a few meals. And then you had prayed, please teach me how to not care what anybody thinks of me, which is important when discovering your identity and uniqueness. I think they call it being comfortable in your own skin. It's an everyday thing for me. Humility comes with it. But there's also times where what you do know, you keep to yourself. So it's going to be a whole different lifestyle. But we're going to eat these now. And you are welcome to attend. It may be some type of Esther type situation, but with the proper drinks and tobacco, I feel it'll be a safe environment for you and definitely a change. All right, well, hope you don't take this the wrong way, and I do love you.